Hi, good evening.
Hi, how are you? Can you hear me?
Sorry, I had a headphone plugged in. Saying here, good evening.
Hi.
So sorry, forgot to unplug that headphone. Okay, so we're up to Yudalit.
Yes, you dialed.
Balach b'shracha. Ohev shalom. Adoni Avi Moed Rabbi. I forget who his father was, but some distinguished rabbi. Ish Shalom. He was a great person of peace. Ohev Shalom v'Ohev Shalom. He loved peace and pursued peace. Yishlach li Hashem ezras mikodesh me'akosh Baruch Hu assist me leilech v'zeh derech to go on this pathway called mechayai. V'zeh dekam u'dutzlachani. Well, I'm not sure what he means when he's going to know that. The end of his days, when he's going through it. I think he means my hatzlacha will be measured by my success in that pursuit. The greatest hatzlacha is to be oiv shom parodiv shom. Mishamel rios tekua bo avas habrios. Somebody who toils to get to instill within himself. Avas habrios This is the great success because the greatest success for man is to be Mekurav Hashem Yisbarach. And Kinyan Ne'amar Va'ani. Perush says Yodea. In other words, the pasuk says Va'ani kirbas elokim li tov. So he says Va'ani. It means I know, right? Va'ani, like as if it said Ani Yodea. That kirbas elokim li tov. That tov is close connection to God. There's nothing else for us to yearn for. Bakir Basa is Barak, just the closest to Hashem. Because he's the ultimate good. Bakarov love Karomi Mela Kolatov. As I'm as close to him is automatically good to close to all goodness. Who doesn't want good? Hashem loves everyone. Kim Lo Kain. It's an interesting argument. If he didn't love everyone, he wouldn't put him in this world, wouldn't sustain him in this world. So the love of other fellow creatures is connecting to, coming close to Hashem. Because how somebody molded out of material substance, how could somebody live like that? Lios karove love is about to be close to Hashem. Malachim don't know where the place of his honor is. How do you get close to Hashem? Follow his midos, cling to his midos. And in the where do we see that? You see, we see every creature gets its satisfaction, its pleasure and its satisfaction. From its it gets pleasure satisfaction of its desire. Well, it's talking not just about human beings, it's talking about animals. Any Baal Chai. We find the prohibition Tsar Baal Chaim is midaraisa. That's for even animals. Was with the chesed which is revealed in each and every step. The avera of not doing chesed is more severe than theft. Maybe Raya Burami Pasuk Hinei Zehaya Avon Stone. This was the stone. Achoscha, gaon, sava, no, so avon stone. Achoscha, I think it means I'm going to cut you down. Gaon savat alechem, yat onivev yom lo ichzika. I'm not sure. Maybe it is achoscha. Anyway, the bottom line is that Stone, you have lots of bread, but still you didn't give it to the poor people. Even though they are thieves as well. Hello, Gezel, Sumera. To refrain from theft seems more paramount. That's refraining from evil. Um, I say tov. That's icing on the cake. The basic should be gezel, right? Um, so he says, "Votumira maaseh." So I said, "Sumira." If you transgress that, you're doing something. Maisa, which is bad. V'zeh, but not refraining from chesed. That's only sheval taisa. You're not getting up and doing something, but you're not going and violating anything. So Gezel is a violation. Milus Chesed seems to be not a lack of perfection. Yet Stone was punished on Milus Chesed, not on Gezel. Avol Tihila, Zekamashim is Gali Tamu. I have understand this already for several years. But like he said previously, with the thought he kept in his head for 22 years, because of its great precious galos, I didn't want to reveal it. Kayodua, Darki, we saw. Not sure if this letter is the first time revealing it, or I revealed it previously to my son.
Mhm.
Learn with all your heart to know my ways. Say those Torahs high, and be diligent on the doors of my Torah. So, Mukshemo is very difficult. First, the first thing they judge him on is Divrei Torah. The law making Ladas is Darki. So that's the case. Why is the Ladas is Darki to know my pathway? Come here before
Velishkot al dal se tarasi.
On the Kavanah Nifla, Kivin Rabbi Meir Bezeh. Kidavar Nikba B'Seichel Adam, something which is embedded in the Seichel of a person, V'Ergesho, and in his emotion, his mind and his intellect and his emotion. Heitev, well, Oseh Roshim Chazak Al Adam. It makes a tremendous impact upon a person. Utshuka Gedola Bo Lehafli, and a great yearning. Okay, I'm not sure if that's. I don't think that's full answer yet. Namely, she's boning by an Hagas Olam Al Kobri Yosef. Somebody who examines, analyzes the conduct of the world with all its creatures. Koshkin Adam, and certainly by man. Asher b'chavav v'hadar ta'treu, with honor and glory you adorn him. Kol shato tachas v'aglav, everything you placed under his feet, the feet of man. Aidei matnas chinam shel sichlo atov. How does man have control over everything? Because of having a good intellect. And therefore, Kamanisha Banim, Oshiramo, the most impoverished person, is rich in this respect. Rak Hema Bikshu Cheshbonos Rabbi. So everybody really has this tremendous covenant other. But people are not satisfied with that. They reckon many schemes. He doesn't understand to be happy in his good portion. He loses two worlds. Because he doesn't have any pleasure in the world, because he's not Samech B'chelko, and he doesn't have Olam Haba because he was not concerned with doing the right thing. Somebody who analyzes sees the goodness of Hashem with everyone. Befratim Adam, especially with man, but ein tachlis, without any limit. So a person is supposed to be very grateful to Kosh Baruch Hu for the tov that we do get, which is very vast. So Reb Dessler speaks about a great length that if you want to come to love somebody, you have to give to them. You love the people to whom you give. Okay? Not the person from whom you receive. Sometimes you don't like the person who you receive and you're embarrassed for that person. But the person to whom you give, that is that person you come to love. It'll be frat tamid varbemon, especially if you give constantly and a lot. Let's have a gamkin. And this is also natural. So huvetzlo, that it's also part of nature. So huvetzlo, that someone is beloved by him. His pathways are very, very acceptable to him. But Tzidam Masov wants to be like him. Pathways that we saw were very precious in my eyes. But Tzidam Masov love wanted to be just like him. He carved him out. I knew a little. I saw him recognize a little bit. Rocha Binoso, the breadth of his understanding. Chochmo, the Yiraso. But Tzidam Masov wanted to be very much like him. Those pathways were beautiful and pleasant. Somebody who can recognize the greatness of Hashem, the Tuvo and his goodness, Biyashro and his straightness. Yachshov is going to think, Eich Ha'isi, Noheg, Holam, Imayabi Buchoti. If I was able to run the world, what would I do? Kama Avel, how much wickedness, Kama Sina, how much hatred, Kama Kpeda, how much irritation, Kama Kima, how much revenge, Kama Natira, how much bearing grudge, Kama Aloma, how much concealing, Kama Shircha, how much forgetfulness, Highly B'chosha B'shah. Every moment I have this a flaw. Bifrat Lebrios, Pusi Misarasim, especially towards creatures which are lower than me. Because he's buying to his bark, and then you look at the goodness of Hashem, just and you want to follow his pathways and make a just and proper and good world. We're going to the Hashem to Torah Arcane Midas Salicha B'Drachav Tavi Lanu Shuka Gidol Yishkol Dal Torah. So here's the answer. Gemar B'Chol Levavcha, learn with all your heart, Ladas Estarkai, to know my ways, and that will bring you the Salicha B'Drachav will bring you Shuka Gidol Yishkol Dal Torah, a great yearning to know what to do properly by learning Torah. Gemar B'Chol Levavcha Ladas Estarki. Complete with your heart to know my ways. Tavo lecha chuka tivis lishkor al haTorah. Zeh haflei. Okay, I'm not so sure I buy this because for example, women do much more chesed than men, generally speaking, and they don't seem to have that drive to learn Torah. So I guess maybe because they're not required to learn Torah, but I think usually we, at least in our world, differentiate between the big Bali Chesed and the big Tamil Chachamim. And we assume axiomatically that they're separate pursuits. But it's not that way, obviously. He knows that they are interlinked. And that if you want to be Holech B'Drachav, which is really essentially Chesed, then you have to learn Torah for that purpose, and people will come to that naturally. O sheken o shalom. Okay, I'm not
fine point. It's a very fine point that he's making. I mean, it's like a very razor's edge type of a point. I don't mean it's a fine point. It's a good point. I mean, I understand.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a very slim.
Yes.
It's slim ha'ara. It seems to me.
Let's see if I see he has another mimer on it. So hopefully, between this mimer and the next one, somehow we'll come to appreciate it. V'yesh el b'zeh lebayar avo kosher ksiva. V'nei mishen l'chuka klal lechus bracha b'zbarach. Somebody has no quest to go on the pathways of Hashem. No, he doesn't want to go on those pathways because they're Darkei Hashem. Because he might want to go on the pathways. It's not going pathways on account of being Darkei Hashem, but rather for some other reason. So, Yechavi be'enav, Yechavi be'enav la'asos kamo. He doesn't want to. It's not because to go into Darkei Hashem. He just like this mode of behavior. This avas brios, avas shalom mode of behavior. Zel oshe no makir klal hashgacha. This shows he doesn't recognize divine providence. Therefore, he doesn't recognize God's goodness. That's why he doesn't want to go on his pleasant pathways. But it's a sign on a lack of emunah and a lack of belief in hashgacha. Bitul gemilus chasadim, perish ben begufo, kamo a saver part of miafos. V'yibur benachas. Ish be erko hato. B'chein b'mono. B'chukas lib leches b'rocha b'yizborach. Kizeh godel harbe migezo. Gemilas chesed is much more encompassing, because Gemilas chesed is the fundamental basis of this world. And if a person has a shortcoming in chesed, one aspect of that is he's willing to steal. But the core issue is not the stealing. Stealing is a symptom. The core issue is he's not hoylech b'dracha b'yizborach. He's not, even if he is hoylech b'dracha, it's only at his own pleasure, not because he wants to emulate HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Okay, that's nice. Okay, he's gezel dar prati v'lo klali. Zem b'chusar hakoras emunah v'hashgacha achman l'islam. And if you can steal, then you're lacking the cognition of emunah and hashgacha, but you are already lacking that in a larger sense because it's manifesting, you're not having that ideal of chesed always before you. It's a great principle. This is something which is very easy to practice or to learn. Let us pathways of Hashem, and doing the right way to be Davik and Hashem is going to fortify Emunah and Hashgacha. And the Klal Gadol is because that's the Klal of the Bria. Like Yomarti Olam Chesed Iboneh. Okay? So everything is nichla on that. And then from that, you come on to other aspects, which are pratim, including evidently learning Torah. It's a prat in Chesed. Okay? Should be zeicha to uplift in this. Okay, so I as you put it before, it's a fine point about the chukah to be holy b'dracha leading to learning Torah, but this much he makes clear that chesed is not just a specific detail or new of the mitzvos or of things you're supposed to do, but rather it is the all-encompassing overall category of everything we do. And therefore, a person is lacking in chesed, yet the fact that he steals is a manifestation of a shortcoming in chesed. Okay.
Very good.
Next week.
All right. Take care.
Okay, shkoyach.
Yeah, shkoyach. Bye-bye.